What's up, guys? I just want to say, if you lock in now, your dream life is going to be possible within the next 3 to 6 months. You can literally have everything you want. Listen very carefully because this video might just change your life, okay? I know a guy who I was actually speaking to about 7, 8 months ago. Yeah, about 8 months ago now. He was flat broke. He had nothing to his name. And a week after I spoke to him, he messaged me and I saw his content. He started posting and he started his coaching business, fitness coaching. 8 months ago. 2 days ago, he bought an Aston Martin Vanquish S cash. 4 months before that, he bought a BMW AMG. He started from scratch, from zero, and within 4 months, he bought a BMW AMG. Like, you don't understand how amazing that is. He literally made, like, I think it's 55 or 50. He literally sent me the screenshots. He was on a video call with me on WhatsApp, and he showed me the payment processes he was using, and he showed me the, like, live, he retried it on exactly how much he made. Within 4 months, he got to 50K a month, retired his mum, and bought a BMW AMG. I know another friend, okay? His name's Yuan, or don't know how to pronounce it. He's Spanish. Yuan, I think it's Yuan or Juan, something like that. I think it's Juan, actually. I think that's how you pronounce it. He's from Spain. Well, no, he's Spanish. He lives in Spain, but he's from Argentina, but they speak Spanish in Argentina, whatever. He, about maybe 2 years ago now, but he had a really good come up story, which I'll speak about quickly. But from starting from scratch, he was working in a supermarket. Within 8 months, he bought, it wasn't a Lamborghini, what car was it? Bro, I am honestly, for a guy, I'm actually awful with cars. Like, I love cars, I think they look cool, but I'm really bad at, like, understanding, like, remembering all the, like, details about it. It wasn't a Lambo, it was something similar. By the way, no, it wasn't a Ferrari or something. It was something that looked like, I can't remember, I think it was, like, 70 or 80K for the car. He bought, no, I think it was, like, a sick BMW, but with, like, loads of, like, modifications, right? I can't remember, what are they called? Hellcat, maybe a Hellcat, I don't know. Anyway, my point is, within 8 months, right? Let me cut the chase. Within 8 months, he went from work at a supermarket in Argentina, getting paid like $2 an hour or equivalent to $2 an hour, to buying that car. And he moved into this sick villa, which I'm planning to travel to at the end of this year to meet him. He lived in a sick villa and he's traveled the world. He's went to like 8 different countries in the last like couple of months. Literally, I see him traveling to a new country every single week. And my point is, all they did differently to you is they locked in. And that should be inspirational. You might be like, oh, what are these random stories? You got to understand, this can be you. 1 year ago, let me carry on and cut out. 1 year ago, literally like 12 or 13 months ago, I had nothing. I basically had nothing, right? I'd just about started my copywriting business, which did all right. Then I did fitness coaching. And then about 4 or 5 months ago, I moved on to a different coaching where I basically help people run a copywriting or coaching business, or start it from scratch if you need to, or just scaling it, because I learned loads about client acquisition. I've been in the business game for a while. But 1 year ago, I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing. And I had a vision, actually. I'll put it up in one of his videos. It's upstairs, right? But I had a vision and I used to look at this, and I still do actually every single morning. It's the first thing I do as part of my morning routine. I have a vision board, which says Dream Life at the top. It's the caption. And then it's like 10 images. Out of those 10 images, and by the way, 1 year ago, I had 0 out of these 10 images, like actually completed in my life. Out of these images, 9 out of the 10 are completed. The only one left is now a Lamborghini. At the end of this year, I'm not going to say exactly what country, because it's not 100% confirmed. It's like 98%. I'm just figuring out some final stuff. But at the end of this year, like August, September, maximum by the end of this year, so by 2026, I will be in a different country. It's a beautiful country. I'm not going to say which country just because it hasn't confirmed, so I don't want to say anything until I'm actually fully moved there. But at the age of 18, I'll be there, right? So I turn 18 this summer, right? So by the time I'm 18, I'll have moved out and be on my own, like in this beautiful country. I'm not going to say where it is yet. That's a success story. On Christmas, I bought my granddad his car, right? He wanted a car in Slovakia because my mom's side of the family is Slovak, right? In Slovakia, the wages are absolutely awful, especially when you're retired. Like the pension, whatever, is absolutely awful. It's basically nothing. It's near to nothing. He wanted a new car because his car was breaking down. I was able to buy that. I'm able to travel the world. I'm able to know for a fact that I don't have to work a 9 to 5 ever again if I don't want to, as long as I stay disciplined. So this should inspire you. You are literally one season of locking in away from a completely different life. From a completely different life. Like, you don't even understand. Like, I know it sounds so cliche, and you've probably heard these stories before, and I'm trying to really, like, make you understand in your brain that this is possible. They started no differently to you. The only things that were different were, like, 3 or 4 things, which I'll go over, or maybe 5 things. Number one is if they just went in a season of locking in. What does this mean? It means that habits were different to your habits. Right? Your habits, you probably have, number one, you have bad habits, which you have to cut out. Junk food, porn, video games, hang around with the wrong people, etc. And number two, you don't have a good habit. So firstly, you've got to cut out the bad habits, and then you've got to implement good habits. Next, you need to implement a good schedule. You need to have a schedule every single day of what you're going to do, right? So same day, same time you wake up, same time you go to bed. Every single day. And if it's 20 minutes or 30 minutes different going to sleep, you don't change the time you wake up. The time you wake up has to be set in stone. Every single morning, same time. That's the first thing. And I'd recommend doing it as early as possible. If you can do it before 7 a.m., that's perfect. If you can do it before 6, that's even better. The earlier, the better, realistically. Between 4 and 7 a.m., you want to be waking up every single morning. This just sets you up in the right thing. You want to have a morning routine. That's another thing that's different. Not only do they have a different schedule, they also have different systems and routines throughout the day. For example, your routine might be wake up, wash your face, go for a shower, and then start the day. That's not good enough. That doesn't get you in the right mode. Right? And you've got to build this step by step. So those are the only things that are different. And the systems, they just work their ass off. When you're lazy, when you're watching Netflix, when you're like watching YouTube videos, and this is a perfect video because it's actually going to help you, as long as you actually write it down and actually implement what I'm saying, it can completely change your life. But you are literally one season of locking away from a completely different life. It's scary, actually. It's almost scary how much potential you have. 3 to 12 months. You lock in for 3 to 12 months. And when I say lock in, it's nothing new. You know what to do. Just actually doing it. Staying away from bad habits. Actually trying your hardest. And if you do that and you actually try your hardest, you actually give it your all for 3 to 12 months, your life will be unrecognizable. You'll be in a completely different spot. That's literally all it takes. 3 to 12 months of locking in. It's just one season. And then for the rest of your life, it's not like you're going to not have to work. Of course you are, because that's what brings fun in anyway, right? You're not going to be depressed if you're doing nothing. But on top of that, you get to kind of like, now you've got your life set up. So literally 3 to 12 months lock in. Give it your all. Try your hardest. And by the end of 2025, your life can be completely unrecognizable. But you have to actually put that extra effort in. Because if you don't, it's not going to come, right? My mentor always says, if you give 30%, you'll get 30% results. If you get 50%, you'll get 50% results. If you give 80%, you'll get 80% results. But if you give 100% effort, you'll get 400,000% results. Because success is exponential, right? It doesn't just work like that. That's not how it works. It usually goes like this. Down a little bit, up a little bit, down, and then literally like that. That's why, like, one of the guys which I was talking about earlier on, the guy who bought a BMW, AMG, and a Aston Martin Vanquish S, within, like, literally the last 8 months that I've known him, for the first, 2 months, he made basically nothing. And then in his third and fourth month, he made, I think in his third month, he made, 30K, and in his fourth month, he made, 55K. So your life can completely change. You just need to actually try hardest. Okay, so with that said, that's going to be pretty much the end of this video. But yeah, actually try hardest. Actually try your best and lock in for 3 to 12 months. And anything you want, any dream life that you have, you can have. You can move to whatever country you want. You can travel wherever you want. You can retire your parents. You can take care of your family. You can live that life. You don't have to work a 9 to 5. But you have to actually lock in. So you're one lock in. You are literally 6 months away from your dream life. So make sure that 6 months starts now. Because you never know. In life, it goes by so quickly. Like, if you don't lock in now for the next 6 months, 6 months later, you might be at uni. And then you're going to have to work a job. And then before you know it, you'll be 35 years old. So lock in now. Give yourself that period now. And actually try hardest. And if you do that, I promise you, you'll be unrecognizable. The link in the description will have my Instagram. Go ahead and follow it. I have a bunch of value on there where I help you out more. You get to know more about me. And if you want to work with me one-to-one, you can message me on Instagram. With that said, that's the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one.